top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, fuck the opposition, and all that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible.
We welcome you back to the mile-high city of Denver, Colorado. The offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter.
Let's go now. 30 base. Go, go, go. Five.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And he stopped immediately there.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
So they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back to throw here. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
He'll look to throw. Out to his left. He's got Jake Butt as tight end. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is.
With a little over 2 minutes to play in the second quarter, the offense gets ready to take over.
Come on, set. 70, Indy.
All day, all day.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And got his man complete. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison. Sutton is part of a good young receiving core for the Broncos. They liked Sutton enough last year. They traded away Demaryius Thomas, if you remember, halfway through the season. And Sutton, he responded. Rookie campaign, had over 700 yards, 42 catches for the man from Brenham, Texas, which is located halfway between Houston and Austin. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult.
Yeah, this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a plan.
He's got a man complete.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
They'll set up a throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
That's complete to Jake Butt. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. The headlinesman was right on, and I think they got that spot correct.
Yeah, and so many times officials catch so much grief because of things that may go wrong. You're exactly.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Phillip Lindsay. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
70, Indy. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Brown. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. And he's going to go down again. Yannick Ngakoue picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Ready? 60 or.
Watch a slap, watch a slap.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. Defensively that time, they were in zone. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He completes this to Sutton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Topper!
They'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. 2nd and 10. This is the tight end Fant. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Josh Allen in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
He gets this one to Bruce Ellington. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and they were spurred on by